Hey doll, happy October. I hope you're doing well and thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Kristen and today we are going to take a look at my spooky doll wish list. I'm excited to go through this list. There are about 5 dolls on this list, so we're going to be counting down from 5 to 1. It's not even necessarily that 5 is the one I want the least and 1 is the one I want the most. I just had to pick an order to go in, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So number 5 is Zombie Bride Haunted Beauty Collection from Barbie Signature. This doll is so beautiful. I remember sometime last year I saw a YouTube video talking about Halloween dolls or something, and I saw this one and I was like, I want that. So I might have actually put her as number 5 because I think she is definitely the least attainable for me. So I know I just said there's no real order to this list, but at least for her, that's why I put her as number 5, even though in my heart she might be number 1. I don't know. But Zombie Bride here, and I'll have pictures of these all up here. So Zombie Bride launched in 2015, September of 2015 for $100 is what my research showed. And she is actually number 4 in a series of dolls called the Haunted Beauty Collection, like I mentioned. And there was one that came out each year for 4 years. So she was number 4, and the first one is Ghost Barbie from 2012. She is really pretty, but I think she's the one I want the least. I don't know why, I just find her to be kind of plain amongst the other ones. There's Vampire Barbie from 2013. I think she's really cool. And there's Mistress of the Manor Barbie doll from 2014. And so like I said, Zombie Bride was the 4th one from 2015 and the last one, I believe. So Bill Greening was her designer. I don't know if he designed all the other ones. I didn't look that up, but I assume he at least had a hand in it. If not, and you know, please let me know below. Her face mold is Kentucky Derby / Aphrodite. And yeah, I'll probably never own her given the price, but I love to admire her at the very least. Oh my gosh, looking up close at her face, I really love how they did the lips for the screening. They're kind of like chapped looking but polished. I just love her overall kind of monochromatic look, and her dress is so amazing. So it's at least a few different types of materials, but the bodice, if you will, the top part looks like it's this nice satin, and the bottom part, the train or whatever you would call it, is this lace with this beautiful pattern on it. And oh, I just think she is so amazing. I love her. She's so eerie, and I just she just looks so great in the promotional images as well. And from what I've seen when looking up listings on eBay and things like that, she definitely looks more gray toned in the product images than she does in the box, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think that really bothers me either way, but oh, I love her. She's so great. And yeah, let's see. Like I mentioned, her original price was $100. Right now, her average price, new in box, so never been removed, is around $800. So this average price is not exact. It's basically, I eyed a bunch of new in box dolls on both eBay and Mercari, and there were a range of prices, some like $600, some were like $1,200. So I just eyed things, and so I'm sorry, this isn't an exact average, but an average of $800 is what my eye and my mind came up with. So yeah, I don't know. Even if I had that to spend on a doll, I don't know if I could justify it, but ooh, I don't know, she's amazing, and I sure would love to own her one day. And um, for this video, I did a lot of poking around for information that I don't have, obviously. So I'll go ahead and link the sources in the very least in my description. I might also link my, like, put text on this video of my sources as I talk about certain things. But yeah, thank you to Barbie Wiki fandom for helping me find information about this doll. And yeah, she's lovely. I hope to at least see her in person one day if it's not me obtaining her for myself. But yeah, she's beautiful. What do y'all think? Is she your favorite? If you could have something from the Haunted Beauty collection, is she's the one that you'd get? Would you get a different one? Do you have any of the Haunted Beauty collection? If so, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. On to the next. So number 4 on this list is River Styx from the Monster High Haunted Student Spirits line collection, haunted movie or television series or special, whatever. But yeah, River Styx, she is the daughter of the Grim Reaper, so obviously she is a Reaper herself. But her doll launched in 2014 for $20. Thank you to the Doll Circle for posting a video many years ago and mentioning the price. I find it so hard to find for these types of videos original prices for dolls and the designer names, for example, just like written out somewhere. So for a lot of the prices, I had to scour like old blog reviews and old YouTube video reviews. And for this one, it was the Doll Circle that gave me the answer that I sought. So yeah, originally $20. Both of the videos that I watched to check the price on River Styx mentioned getting her at Toys R Us. I don't know if she was a Toys R Us exclusive or what, but if you know, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, she was $20. Now her average new in box price from my eyeing approach is around $250. So obviously some good return on your money if you bought her for $20 back in the day and have her new in box and are looking to sell her. So she of course is a bit more obtainable than Zombie Bride here, but we're not here to talk about Zombie Bride. We're talking about River Styx now. So I believe her designer was Garrett Sander, of course the creator of Monster High. And all of this info on the Monster High dolls I found on the Monster High Wiki fandom. So great place to find info on Monster High dolls if you're interested. Like I mentioned, she's the daughter of the Grim Reaper. She actually goes to Haunted High, not Monster High. And Haunted High is a high school in the ghost realm, which I believe the first time you're introduced to it, and maybe the only time, I don't know, is in the television special called Haunted from 2015. And me being a relatively recent, in the last couple years, Monster High fan, I of course didn't watch Haunted until earlier this year when I was looking through a bunch of Monster High movies to watch, and that's one of the ones that I picked. And River is so wonderful. She's obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but she's not what you would expect from a Reaper. She's very bubbly and wonderful, and she's just a really fun character. But yeah, I love her doll. As you can see, she has a lot of like glossy, gummy looky aspects to her that I love. I love the bottom half of her legs and her shoes and the stand that she comes with. I love that they're all translucent, and just I love her color scheme. I'm a sucker for purples and blues and pinks mixed together. And I believe her skin, it's kind of hard to tell from some photos, but I believe her skin has an iridescent quality to it, which is really fun. But yeah, she's really wonderful. And I actually like and want a lot of the dolls from the haunted, student spirit, getting ghostly lines. I feel like they're all kind of lumped together in a way, at least in my mind as I've been learning about them. And a couple other ones that I'd really love in particular would be the getting ghostly / haunted Portergeist and Spectra Vondergeist. They a Spectra Vondergeist. Obviously, we know Spectra from just Monster High in general, but Porter is also in the Haunted special, and Spectra is as well. And yeah, I would just love to have them in particular. And honestly, one day, all of the Monster High dolls from the Haunted Getting Ghostly line. But yeah, River Styx, I would love to have her. I would also like to have Porter and Spectra. So, okay. The next doll, number 3 on my spooky doll wish list, is the Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds Barbie doll from their Black Label collection. So this doll launched in 2008 for $40. Her current average price is $200 plus. You get some that are lower than that. You get some that are much higher than that. But she is so wonderful. The first time I saw this doll, I think it was watching Darling Dolls video that is kind of scrutinizing an article that calls out weird Barbies and everything. And anyway, if I remember correctly, that's where I learned about this Barbie, and it was just highlighting like, she's not weird, she's awesome. And so I immediately agreed. I had never seen The Birds, but of course I knew about it, and I just thought this Barbie looked so great. And I actually watched The Birds for the first time ever just a few days ago. Since we're in spooky season, I've started watching my horror movies. And yeah, I watched this for the first time with my husband. He had seen it before, I believe, but I had not. And I really, really, really now want this doll now that I have seen the movie. The doll that this character portrays is a doll named Melanie Daniels, played by Tippi Hedren, and Tippi does such a good job in the film. I just love her character and how she acts it and everything, and this doll, her outfit is perfect. I love that I now know the context of the scene being portrayed by the doll and on the box. So on the box you can see a structure in the background. It's a schoolhouse, and her, I guess you would say, kind of like friend is the teacher there, and she's going to warn them. Anyway, the birds show up outside the schoolhouse like they show up many places, but that is the scene that's depicted here. It's depicted so wonderfully. I think she is one that if I got her, I would for sure keep her in the box, just because I love the scene that it sets up. It just looks like a scene out of the movie. Now that I know how funny the character is and just how good she is at playing the role and how much this Barbie reminds me of her, I love it and I want it. I also do believe, I can't remember if I already said this, but I believe her face sculpt is like a custom mold made to look like Tippi Hedren. So that's cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, if you don't know, 1963 is when The Birds came out. So this doll, it's not like it came out when the movie came out. It came out decades and decades later, in 2008, like I mentioned. I would love, love, love to have her as part of my collection that goes up during Halloween. All right, up next is not, well, I do focus on some specific dolls, but it's the general category of custom Blythe or Blythe-like dolls, well, however you want to think about them. So Blythe is very interesting. There is this, if you might already know this if you're watching this video, but you also might not. There are authentic Blythe dolls that you actually get from like the Blythe company. I do have one. I got it from, I believe the website is Junie Moon or something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong. But then there is this kind of whole other culture of Blythe collecting where people buy like base dolls that are very Blythe-like. Sometimes they do it with actual authentic Blythe dolls, but authentic Blythe dolls are expensive. So you usually start with a base that's not authentic, but it is made to look like a Blythe doll. And then folks will customize them in whatever way they want. I believe this has kind of over the decades become a celebrated and accepted part of Blythe collecting. If you know a lot about the history of Blythe dolls or have strong opinions on this, do let me know. I'm for sure interested in hearing your thoughts, because I just find the culture around Blythe dolls and custom Blythe dolls to be really interesting and unique. But anyway, so yeah, when you get into the custom Blythe doll area, you get some really, really cool things. You do with authentic Blythe dolls as well, but people in general can make some really great spooky dolls out of Blythe dolls, because obviously they're kind of, in many people's opinions, spooky to begin with. But I actually do have a couple of custom Blythe dolls. I don't want to take them off my shelf right now because it's so hard to get them to sit up, but if you want to see them, I mentioned them in my last video about my spooky doll shelf, reorganizing my doll shelf for Halloween. So I do have a couple. They are generally not cheap. So the ones I got are relatively cheap for authentic Blythe they're not authentic Blythes, but compared to authentic Blythes and a lot of custom Blythe dolls, I'm gonna stop doing the air quotes now. They are relatively inexpensive. They were more than $50, but they were less than $100. Now, when you get into really intricate, detailed, customized Blythes, you can get all the way up to several hundred, near or above $1,000. So there's a whole array of dolls. And as I was thinking about and just looking at all the awesome spooky custom Blythe dolls out there, I was really drawn to an Etsy shop called The Quill and Clay. They have some really beautiful dolls and a lot of ones that are made specifically to look a bit spooky. And so yeah, I've just been admiring this shop a lot as I've been preparing for this video. They are on the pricier side, but given the beautiful detailed work that obviously goes into them, that doesn't really surprise me based off of what I've seen over the last year or so, just looking at custom Blythe dolls and seeing what's out there and learning a bit more about the community. But yes, I love these dolls so much. They, like I said, are on the pricey side, like several $100s, so they are for sure on my wish list. They're probably some of the more unattainable ones. I think Zombie Bride is still one that's furthest out of my reach, but they are just so beautiful, and I can for sure see me saving up over the course of a long while to get a really awesome spooky custom Blythe. So a few that I love that I've seen on their website are here. So first we have this Beetlejuice inspired girl, custom, original, one of a kind, I believe this one is. And oh my gosh, she's so cute. I do like Beetlejuice. I'm not obsessed with it or anything, but I grew up in an era where Beetlejuice was a movie that you watched, and obviously there is the new one recently. But yeah, even though I'm not like a diehard Beetlejuice fan or anything, I do really love this doll. She is so great. I love her eyes, and her hair is so cool. I feel like I usually don't see bangs like that on a Blythe doll. Anyway, moving on to some other examples. There's this Corpse Bride doll. Oh my gosh, she is so adorable. I love her face. I love her dress, and look at those hands. She has little skeleton hands. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. And I'm gonna throw the prices up on here as I'm talking about them, so y'all have an idea of what we're talking about here. But assuming some of these are still available in her shop and the prices are still listed, I gathered these images a few weeks ago preparing for this video, so I'm not sure if they'll still be here. But then we move on to this one, who I think she's called like Goody Ghost or Ghost Goody, custom Ghost Goody inspired doll, but I love her. So I feel like she is what I don't get out of that Ghost Barbie doll from the Haunted Beauty collection. Like, that doll doesn't look super ghostly to me. She just looks like a pale lady in white. This doll is great. I am obsessed with those eyes. I love those eyes. I love the screening. I love that old-timey little layered dress and her platinum blonde hair. I think she is so awesome, and for some reason, out of like any of these custom ones that I'm talking about, I think she has my like spooky little heart the most. Oh my gosh, I love her. I would love to have her or something that looks very much like her on my shelf one day. And yeah, she is so beautiful. Look at that cute little book. It's one thing about Blythes and custom Blythes is I love the clothes and the accessories that come with them. They are so intricate and so, I don't know, the material is just so much nicer compared to a lot of other dolls, where I think that is also where a lot of the price comes in, is they are bigger dolls, and well, you know, kind of relatively, they're kind of bigger and bulkier, and there's just a lot of neat things that people do with the clothing and the accessories, and I love that. And then here's another example of a boy. This is the Corpse Bride Victor inspired doll, and he's just so cute. And again, you can just see the awesome, I don't know, talent that it must take to make something like this, at least from my perspective. But yeah, I love all of those. Those are just a few examples. So spooky custom Blythe dolls on my list for sure. Without further ado, number one on my wish list is Honey Swamp Freak to Chic from Monster High. So this was gonna be the original Honey Swamp from Fright's Camera Action Hollywood, and I do still really want that Honey Swamp. I remember when I watched that film, I was like, oh my gosh, I need that doll. Whatever her doll is, I need it. And then I looked her up and I was like, yes, I need that. And I still feel that way about the Fright's Camera Action Honey Swamp. But for the sake of kind of creepiness and Halloweeniness, I love the Freak to Chic doll. She has this kind of like creepy circus thing going on. She's a marionette, and I think she comes with a stand. Does she come with a stand? I'm not sure, but she for sure comes with this like green glowy looking, you know, string, like puppet string that you can hang her from, and her legs apparently dangle. I saw it in action in the Doll Circle video where I found this price as well. So once again, thank you, Doll Circle. So Freak to Chic Honey Swamp launched in May 2015 for $19.99. Her current average new and price box is around $200, sometimes less, sometimes a good chunk more. The designer, I realize as I'm looking at this picture in my notes on her, I forgot to pencil in who the designer was on this. So if I can find it before I post this video, I will for sure put the designer name somewhere up here. But yeah, I love this Honey Swamps screening as well, which is, I think, another thing that makes her a strong candidate for my spooky doll wish list over the regular Honey Swamp, or the first Fright's Camera Action Honey Swamp. This one, she has this just creepy marionette circus clown thing going on with her screening, and I love it. Her mascara, especially on the lower lid, is so clowny and like creepy clowny. I love it so much. And her lips, and her eyes. I can't remember if regular Honey Swamp's eyes look kind of reptilian. Probably because I think she's supposed to be a swamp monster. But yeah, her screening for Freak to Chic is just magnificent, and it's definitely just this kind of like staring through you, creepy but beautiful and like not too creepy thing that I would love to have on my shelf. I also love how her box looks. So I don't know if she's one that I'd take out of the box, because I really like kind of like this creepy like distant staring through you creepy puppet pose that they have of her in the box, and I just think it's really cute. But yeah, I love her so much. Okay, doll, that was my list. Let me know what you think. How does it compare to your spooky doll wish list? Or maybe you're not a spooky doll person at all and you for some reason watched this video. Let me know your thoughts as well. Do you have any of the dolls on my wish list? Let me know. I would love to hear, and I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, and please consider, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and liking and commenting on this video. It is really, really helpful for my channel. But if you don't want to, just watching this video is helpful too. So thanks y'all. Have a good one. Bye.